Hi everyone, it's Mark from Brave Auto International in Japan. Today I'm sitting in a 1987 BMW E30 M3. This vehicle was bought out of auction for a customer in Europe. It's in the grey silver colour. I'm just about to take it for a road test. I actually drove it back from the auction because it was bought from our local auction, but I thought I'd take you guys for a road test anyway. The aircon works in it, which is good. It doesn't have the dog leg gearbox in it, only has the normal 5-speed. That road there is quite, you'd be surprised on how rough it is. While I'm test driving, what I'm looking for is just to make sure the gearbox is working properly. It's not crunching on synchrones, so it's going through the gears okay. Clutch is fine, make sure it's not overheating. Just general road test to make sure it runs right, and also check the brakes to make sure it stops too. It's the first time I've been through here for ages. The lights are green all the way. Your E30 M3 has an oil temp gauge as well, which is really good, because as you know, water heats quicker than oil, so obviously the temperature gauge for the waters always goes up quicker than what the oil temp will. So it's always nice with these to get them warm before you the oil warm before you start sort of pushing them. This one's fairly quiet in the motor. A lot of them are quite tappity. Tap, 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 tap. It may sound a little bit tappity on the video camera. It's only because the video camera picks up things that the human ear, or frequencies that the human ear doesn't normally pick up. Oh, get the gears right. I'm actually I've got an E30 M3 myself with a dog leg, and I'm actually used to the dog leg more than the normal. A lot of the Japanese didn't like the dog leg box when they first came out, because they use first a lot. As you know, the dog leg box, the first is pushed away to one side, so that second and third were directly in line for racing. But because in Japan you use first a lot, you know, the Japanese weren't really keen on dog leg style boxes. These handle really well. They're not a super quick car, they just really constant all the time. Just wind the window down on my side. Turn the air off, give me a bit more power. chest of brakes. Good. Brakes are fine, there's no juddering to them at all, pulls up well. That's what I mean about them, they were really good in their day at racing, just being constant all the time, you know. They rev really nicely, really free revving. So they used to be screaming a lot. What I'll do is I'll put at the end of this video a video clip of a one being used. This will be back in the 80s, it might be in the early 90s actually. Somewhere in Europe is a rally car, tarmac rally car, and it'll give you an idea on what I mean about them screaming and how well they go. It's the only good video I've ever sort of seen. A lot of the old touring car videos aren't that clear, even though this video is not that clear either, but just it shows you the best on how well they go. Anyway, gears right, always thinking first down there. Put an aftermarket exhaust on it. It's actually got an aftermarket at the moment, but if you actually put a better one that lets it breathe a lot better, you'll find it will go really, really well. It sounds really, really nice. I need one. Okay, I'll jump out and give you a quick tour around it. Okay, so that's it there, E30 M3. Probably the second best colour in them. I think white's the best. Most of them came out in like a black metallic. Okay, thank you guys. I'll move on to the next one.
But among those leaders were drivers not so much interested in the Manx for its open championship status as for the European championship points it offered. This is the Belgian Patrick Snijers, more than matching McRae's pace in the BMW M3, run by the ProDrive team that also run Frank Sittner's car that heads the British Touring Car Championship. Snijers a leading contender. Patrick Snijers had stretched out a lead of 34 seconds over McRae at the end of the first day, and it was easy to see why. Just watch this for a breathtaking display of forceful driving. The second day had the longest schedule of the three-day competition. Similar stages used, and the Belgian Snijers was confident that he knew them well. Foreign drivers are generally thought not to enjoy the fast, narrow, twisting tarmac stages so typical of the Manx. Snijers was clearly the exception, and the rest of the field were unable to make any inroads on his lead. The Castletown spectator stage has now become an established part of the Manx. The stage was run at dusk this year. At night of the twilight, the harbour, the castle walls or the market square slowed the rally leader Sniers. Just 10 stages on the final day, a chance for exhibition stuff from Patrick Sniers, whose victory gives him the European Championship lead. His only regret was Droogman's demise, which didn't allow him to open as much of a gap on second-place man Tabaton as he would have wished. But a drive that was among the most impressive on the Isle of Man in recent years.